if you jump back on the coaching part and you envisioned yourself in while becoming a coach, did you have a way of a vision of how you wanted to become, what kind of coach you wanted to become? Because when guys start coaching, they have a lot of times of a way of presenting how they want to present themselves and how they really want to be perceived versus of what kind of coach you became. Was there a difference? Is that what I'm trying to say? Is that does it matter of visualizing yourself of how you want to look, or are you just going to go with the flow and become who who you can and are meant to become as a coach?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does make a difference. I think it's also very important. When I lecture to coaches or players or even businesses, I talk a lot about what are the pillars of your profession, and in coaching, that for me, there's 4 or 5 pillars that are particularly critical. But I'll start with this. The the philosophy in coaching, I think, has two kind of sides, or has two particular ideologies, so to speak. Some coaches are system coaches, okay, and they have their way of playing and their way of doing things, and no matter where they go, that's how they're going to play. I myself, in college, I played for a system coach, famous Hall of Fame coach Pete Carril, who developed the Princeton offense. And that's something that he took with him throughout his whole career. He played that way. He taught those things, and that was it. And that's fine, by the way. When I came to Europe, which was a totally different environment to play, nobody was playing the Princeton offense, so you had to learn to play a different way, which wasn't easy, by the way. And then ultimately, I went into coaching. I recognized that for me to be successful, I had to be part of another school. I wanted to be a personnel coach, someone that coached to the particular skill set of the players that he was working with, and it could be different, from year to year, or from roster to roster. Now, one of the most important things I'm going to tell you about coaching is that nobody's 100% right. This isn't more right than that. It's really about what you believe and what you work and the way that you work. So while I sort of became a personnel coach, much more than a system coach, there's always certain principles that you take with you no matter where you go. But there are more things along the line of doing things right, doing things consistently, doing things with the purpose, doing things with the caring about the people that you're working with. That goes beyond just did you get your shots up for today, or it has to do with their lives and has to do that with them as human beings. Because one of the ultimate pillars of my coaching philosophy, of course, is be a human being. You got to recognize that you're working with people, and that you can't necessarily look at everybody the same. You can have rules and standards for the group, but not everybody necessarily can be treated in exactly the same way, or can be understood in the same way, or can be critiqued, or can be coached in the same way. Sometimes you got to recognize that you're dealing with different people, and make it work for them as well as it works for you. So certainly there's an awful lot to that.